Demon Slayer Mugen Train is getting a theatrical re-release. Think about Project Lazarus here. People have noticed how the episodes on Adult Swim's website slash TV broadcasts have been essentially the wrong version. There's a new deal between Studio Mappa and Cloverworks. It's been noted that the newest My Hero Academia movie is going to be arriving on Netflix soon enough. Hi, this is Osweep, and these are your anime headlines for April 22nd, 2025. It's been a while since the last episode, so here's the headlines for April, and I'll hopefully be back regularly for May. To make up for last time, I have everything set up, so everything should be fine. So just enjoy the show. Last time I talked about Access TV and their new anime block and blockchain stuff, but that was March. Entering to May, we've now entered into the spring season of 2025, and just a way to show my support and just my fandom and everything. I'm gonna do a rundown of the anime series that both people have been talking about and the whatever thoughts people have had slash rumors and drama, whatever. And then I'll give my general thoughts on the handful of shows that I've gone on my way to go and watch. So here's the spring season catalog for this year. We have sequels for Fire Force, the new Shinichiro Watanabe co-production between Studio Mappa and Adult Swim's William Street Studio, Project Lazarus. We have Windbreaker Season 2. We have new slime anime, your typical isekai fantasy. We have My Hero Academia Vigilantes, and I'm a massive fan of Vigilantes due to the manga series, and it was the first manga that really got me into reading manga regularly. So I'm so happy to see that the series is up, and personally, I recently watched the first episode, and it was really good. It's worth it, the time and everything. Which I have to get around to, though I haven't gone around to watching it. Yeah. Gundam G-Quirks, that's been a really fun show. And also Your Forma, which in keeping with anime headlines, this was on the docket, is that Your Forma is a series that was picked up by the same group, the Rimrao group that picked up Miss Nokotan, and it's currently, you can't really watch the series unless you own a $1,000 TV. This is because Rimrao got in a deal with LG for their like TV thing or whatever. So if you have a TV or have a LG device or whatever, you can go and watch this anime, but you can't really watch it on YouTube like you can with all the other series by Rimrao that they've been putting out lately. Very weird circumstances, to say the least, for the show. One that I have watched the first couple episodes is Yaiba, Samurai Legend, which this has been series based on manga by the author of Detective Conan. It's a really fun series. I really enjoyed it. Really good character work. Yeah, it's a good old classic series that I had a really fun time watching and enjoying. Any other green apples? Another one that I have not did not put on docket, but due to the release of the new anime, people have been like falsely rating the original anime. Right now they likely have it fixed, but people were like just bombing the show, and it was like some interspecies reviewers type of situation. It's still not known why, but all that can be assumed is that it's just because it's an old classic series. Has a new anime, and people are just mean and just have fun that way. There's a whole bunch of more series that you can go check out on my anime list, or your anime database of choice. Thing about Project Lazarus here is that people have noticed how the episodes on Adult Swim's website / TV broadcasts have been essentially the wrong version, as international broadcasters and also Japanese streams of the show have better and also longer animation cuts in some parts, and some of the animation work is more finished. I don't know what's up, but whenever we do find out more about it, I'll probably put it in a segment for the next episode. General headlines. There's a new deal between Studio Mappa and taking up one of the vice presidents of Cloverworks here, which honestly, in my opinion, it's very interesting, this move. So Studio Mappa was founded by Masao Maruyama. He's worked on a bunch of films and has been in the industry since the beginning. He since left the studio, created Studio M2, and produced the anime based on manga that's a spin-off to Astro Boy. And right now what's currently airing is a series called Project Lazarus. Studio Mappa's working on. And it's very interesting because the company Cloverworks is largely associated with Aniplex and all of their projects, and Sony's recent fingers trying to poke into the anime industry here. As the article states, Mappa is a well-renowned studio. They're bringing on a new producer as an external director, alongside a new executive producer who is Motoi Kono. Focusing more on their 3D CG to bridge the gap between the staff and management on that front. And here it goes into the credits of Yuichi Fukushima, working at Suganza, A1, and Cloverworks, Idolmaster, all these massive projects. I hope this is really cool for Studio Mappa, especially with other people's relationships. I don't want to fearmonger about the Sony's ties or whatever, but so it was nice to have newer blood and people who know what they're doing, taking care of the studio, and I hope that this becomes a fruitful endeavor for Studio Mappa. On to other things. It's WTK, which is my favorite account on formerly Twitter, but Blue Sky. it's been noted that the newest My Hero Academia movie is going to be arriving on Netflix soon enough. I mean, it's already streaming on Netflix. Um, it's very interesting because I never got around to talking about the home video release for this anime film. That it's being brought on home video by Toho, not Funimation, Crunchyroll, and this follows alongside like other titles that groups like G Kids, and which G Kids has been bought by Toho around last year in August. G Kids being the distribution house that distributed the recent Evangelion films to the United States. They also have their Ghibli Fest, and they distribute the Studio Ghibli films. Also have notable other films like Promare and Weathering with You under their catalog. And but it's really cool to see this film arriving on Netflix, of all places. You know, if you're a big fan of My Hero Academia, or you know, are just a big fan and want to support like futures in the industry, go and check out the show, the film on Netflix. Show your love and support to people working behind the scenes to, you know, keep the industry up and float. Talking about movies, Demon Slayer Mugen Train is gaining a theatrical re-release here in the States and internationally. This comes by Annie Trends. Goes on to note that Aniplex of America has announced that there's going to be a 4K screening of Demon Slayer Mugen Train in 4K in the United States. It will be distributed by Crunchyroll and Sony Entertainment in North America. It was originally shown in 2020, both English, Japanese. And yeah, there's Crunchyroll also dropped a new trailer for the film, and you know, all this serves to just, you know, set the ball running and the hype for the upcoming Demon Slayer Infinity Castle trilogy films. I know that in Japan, article done by William O. I know that the 4K edition, whatever you want to call it, is being re-released. Well, Demon Slayer Mugen Train alongside the other compilation films, if you want to call it that, for Demon Slayer, are coming to home video in Japan. Each in their individual box sets. I wonder if we may see a 4K box set for Mugen Train again, or for the other Demon Slayer films once they're announced. But this looks really fun. I went to the Demon Slayer screening back in 2021, I want to say, in North America. I went there with a friend, and it was incredible experience. And I wasn't a big fan of the first season of Demon Slayer, but Mugen Train was just like such a good narrative and presentation, and everything all together wrapped up was an incredible experience. And I've even covered it whenever I watched the film in theaters for the first time. You know, I eventually went out of my way when I went to Anime Expo to pick up the film from Aniplex's booth, because that's how much of a fan I am of this film. Although I was not gonna play the exorbitant prices for Aniplex's Blu-rays online. So I went there in person, got a decent discount, and this is my favorite Demon Slayer film of like Demon Slayer arc, I should say, out of everything from the whole series and franchise. And if you're a big fan of theatrical strains, and if you want to directly support the anime industry so we see more cool stuff like this, go out of your way, go and watch the film, and show your support. Even with all the doom and gloom with Sony, at least have a good time going out to the theaters to support this anime screening. Last but definitely not least, this comes way of Katsuka on Blue Sky, but recently there's been an event, big announcement for a bunch of Star Wars projects, which was held in Japan, and it was Star Wars Celebration 2025 in Tokyo. We got a bunch of cool art for Star Wars Celebration Tokyo. Paying respects to Studio Ghibli. Here's all the art. There's more that goes on. Here's one with Grogu. I'm not the biggest Mandalorian fan, but I can appreciate Grogu. Look at the little dust ball guys from Totoro. But like, there's just it's all incredible. Like, I love the work here. Look at this one with what looks to be Grogu, maybe Yoda if you want to be generous. Darth Vader for Lucasfilm. Here's this Princess Leia, Princess Mononoke one, which literally just looks like a Photoshop image. I love this. I'm gonna be adding this as my wallpaper on my computer. Big fan of Princess Leia. I do need to watch Princess Mononoke if I get the time around to get to that. And look at all this stuff. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. Probably my favorite one is this thing right down here. This one right here with Luke Skywalker and Yoda. Like, look at this. I need a print. Lucasfilm, if you're watching this, Lucasfilm, please send me, Disney, send me a copy of this beautiful work of art. Please do so. I would pay like a good $30 for this. This is incredible. It's an incredible print. If it's framed, sure, charge me like $100 for it. And I believe it's like well worth it for this piece just alone. This is the big piece I was like, oh my god, I have to add this to today's episode. I really like the use of actual human artists, especially in the wake of the AI Studio Ghibli trend that happened on Twitter and other social media sites. In my opinion, AI can't replace the work of a human artist, and like you could never really replicate something like this from AI or whatever, the pure imitation that it attempts to invoke. I really enjoy this, and I hope that if we are given the opportunity, we can see more of these artworks printed or something of that some sort. Likely this stuff was at the convention itself, and they sold it off at the show. But just remember, support human artists, pay attention to human artists and their work, and I think we should celebrate Lucasfilm for having this sort of event, and thank all the artists whose work were featured at Star Wars Celebration Tokyo. uh, this has been your anime headlines for April 2025. This has been Sweep, and I'll be signing out. Ciao.